Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Dennis Duke is my name, and today we're going to count down the top richest pastors in Uganda as of 2019. Now, some people say nowadays that most Pentecostal churches are mainly for business outfit. This is why the pastors of these churches have lots of money, expensive properties like real estate, scattered throughout the country, among many other things that are being owned by these particular pastors. And well, there's been quite a lot going on in the country as people, are saying who is who in this whole pastoring business. But well, today I decided to put down a list of these people who, when you look at them, you see money. Yes, these pastors have really amassed a lot of wealth. Now, I'm not going to put them in order, but at least I'll try to, mention or put the list of those who are said to be at least having some really good money. And well, I will start from the list to the one that has more, at least, but I won't put them in numbers, just so you can not be here and judge people and stuff like that. And well, on the list I have today, let me bring you a list of the richest pastors in Uganda, and one of them is Pastor Robert Kyebayita. Now, he is one of the oldest pastors we have in the country. At least he has stood the test of time. Now, Pastor Robert Kyebayita is the lead pastor or the senior pastor of Rubaga Miracle Center Cathedral. He is the brain behind Kapeka Orphanage and Primary School. He also has a television station known as Miracle TV, commonly known to many Ugandans as Channel 44, and he has a big chunk of employees at most of his properties. He owns a big mansion that is seated on 3 acres of land on the shores of Lake Victoria in Kauku Bunga. Yes, that side of Entebbe Road. He also has another one in Ntinda. That is none other than Pastor Robert Kyebayita of Rubaga Miracle Center Cathedral. On the list, I also have presiding apostle, Joseph Serwada, Dr. Joseph Serwada. He is currently the leader of the Born Again Faith in Uganda, and he is the senior pastor at Victory Christian Center Ndeba. He has a number of other churches located in different parts of the country under the same name, Victory Christian Center. He is the owner of Dream TV or Impact Ministry Consortiums, which includes Dream Television and of course Impact Radio and many other properties around Kampala, but also across the country. He is a very enterprising man of God, and that's why he couldn't miss on my list of the top richest pastors in Uganda. Pastor Samuel Kakande, also a senior pastor at Mulago Best Synagogue Church of All Nations. Now, it's alleged that Samuel Kakande owns shares in Bank of Africa. He is also in agriculture, farming, and owning vast acres of maize and rice farms in Masindi. If you've been on that Masindi Hoima Road, you will attest to this because, well, you visibly see his land. In fact, it's very big, like a very big chunk of land, and he has, planted maize and rice. And just last year, he was under contention, or he came into light when he was selling at least one of those products at 50,000 shillings a kilo. Mundangi, that's how he became, well, rich. When it comes to property, Samuel Kakande owns 2 posh mansions, one located at Muyenga Hill, valued at shillings 3 billion, and another in Gaba, valued at shillings 2 billion. He owns posh cars, which include Range Rovers, Jeep Cherokee, among many others, and therefore he couldn't miss on my list of top richest pastors in Uganda. Pastor Gary Skinner. Now, he started in 1984 with a simple church on Kampala Road. But now KPC has 5 branches all over, and the congregation of hundreds of thousands. It's now named Watoto, with the branches categorized properly, like Watoto East located in Namamve Kazinga, Watoto North in Chisasi, and Watoto West in Chengira. At most of these churches, you'll find very young, vibrant men and women of God who keep donating, at least not every Sunday, but at least every time they happen to go to these churches, because their services almost on a daily, and therefore they keep donating. Pastor Gary has lots of properties, among which a multi-billion mansion in Kaukubunga on the shores of Lake Victoria, seated on 3 acres of land. Yes. Another is Prophet Elvis Mbonye. A few years ago, he was just a struggling prophet who began his pastoral work from Chisoro. He crawled slowly to Kampala. There were several allegations of dubious deals that involved him, but he said those were just rumors spread by his haters or enemies to put him down. He tells his followers to keep giving in their money to receive heavenly blessings. Today, as I speak, Pastor Mbonye, or Prophet Elvis Mbonye, is among the top richest pastors in Uganda. He has property in Mutungo and many other suburbs of Kampala and Uganda. He drives Porsche cars and has made a fortune from his church. He currently, young corporate girls carry dollars just to donate to his church, and he drives most of his cars are Range Rovers. Nonetheless, on this list, I had to include a lady, not just because I wanted to balance the gender, but Pastor Imelda Namutevi is no exception. Imelda started her church in a grass-thatched hut in Masanafu. Long-time residents of Masanafu can testify to this. Now, she slowly started collecting money from people and finally built a state-of-art church in Lugala. She openly tells people that if you don't give, well, you don't receive, or you won't receive. And she has made a fortune from that ministerial position. Pastor Isaac Chowe Chiwewesi first received harsh treatment from people claiming he was gay. No one could pin him, and that has remained a rumor. Today he owns most of Kansanga. He has a big cathedral in Kansanga and drives every expensive Prado a human being can ever imagine of. Pastor Jackson Senyonga is the founder and owner of Christian Church Ministries in Bwaise, and he comes also on this list. He couldn't miss on the list of the richest pastors in the country, since he has made a big fortune in ministering. He owns a number of lucrative assets, including top television, top radio station, real estates, among many other properties in town and across the country. Pastor Augustine Yiga, the man of all seasons. Now, Pastor Augustine Yiga is the owner of Revival Christian Church in Kawala. He owns a number of business ventures, including ABS Television, a school known as Knowledge Secondary School, real estates, among many other properties. Yes. And top on our list is Pastor Aloysius Bujingo. Pastor Bujingo is the owner of House of Prayer Ministries. He owns $1 million piece of land in Makere, where his church sits. He's also a proud owner of Salt Television or Salt Media, which includes Salt Television and radio. He has a number of other properties within the country, and that made him not miss on my list of top richest pastors in the country. Why not? Let me end this by saying thank you so much for following. Please subscribe to my channel if you want more of such or similar countdowns of those that have made it big in the country in different spheres of life. My name is Dennis Duke Onyala. I'm not here against any pastor, but well, I'm just compiling a list of different people who have made it big in the pastoring ministry, bringing close the people of God to God. Yes, until then, it's a goodbye. Thank you.